Are you looking for your next favorite read? You've come to the right place. Welcome back to 3 Minutes with the Author. I'm your host, Shail Rajan, and joining me today is Libby Carty McNamee to talk with us about her books and her series, Remember the Ladies. Libby, welcome to the show. Let's jump right in. What's one thing you'd like readers to know about you and your writing style?
Wow. Well, thank you so much for having me here. This is a delight. My writing style is to bring history to life for young readers and for older readers. I have a series that I call Remember the Ladies. And first one starts off, it's a Revolutionary War story about a 16-year-old girl who saves Lafayette from capture. And that was quite an adventure to write and speak about. And my second book is Dolly Madison, the War of 1812. And that was another surprise where I thought, I'm going to be studying the War of 1812. And I never thought I'd use the word exciting with the War of 1812, but it really is. And I learned so much. And now I'm fighting another war, the Civil War. And I am writing about a woman named Elizabeth Van Lew, who was
Oh,
a Union spy ringleader in Richmond during the Civil War and organized a huge prison jailbreak. And by the end of the war, she was reporting to General Grant every day.
wow. That sounds
Yes.
fantastic. What kind of research is involved? What do you do for research on some of these
I did
books?
a lot of different things. I start off basic basically, Revolutionary War, 1812, and Civil War. I really didn't know much, so I started off with kids' books in Wikipedia and kind of just tried to grow from there, get a framework of knowledge, and then add on to it. And then I start adding, geeking out, and getting these really older tomes. I order through, Amazon
Uh-huh.
and I do a lot of research at libraries, but what's neat is being able to do research right here in my hometown because I live in Richmond. So
Ah,
it's really neat to go walk the streets where Elizabeth Van Lew lived and see where her house was and where Virginia seceded. And same for War of 1812. I went to Washington City, was able to explore the White House, and there's still smoke stained areas that you can find and retracing all their steps. And then back to my first book, that area is called Hopewell, Virginia, and that's only about a half an hour from here. So I
okay.
was able to meet a lot of interpreters, historical interpreters, and learn about their basic crafts that women were doing as they provided for their families and tried to provide for the army. So it's been really neat to be able to get out and not only look at books, but to get out and meet people and go see speakers and visit plantation homes that pertain to the book. So it's fun to make it really kind of like a three-dimensional research project,
Mhm.
which I find very interesting.
Well, I can just tell from your voice how excited you are, and it's like it's such a great feeling to think of reading a book that makes history come alive. I absolutely love that. Is this something you've always been interested in doing, writing historical fiction?
No, not really. The first book, Susanna's Midnight Ride, really fell in my lap. I ended up meeting a descendant of Susanna Bolling who told me the story. And then as I started to research and at first I thought Revolutionary War is going to be so boring. And then the more I learned, the more interesting it got. And that's what I realized too, is sometimes things aren't interesting because you don't know the first thing about it. But if you kind of build on it, then I call them historical nuggets. And I'll
Mhm.
find something in a footnote and I'll say, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. And then it kind of builds on itself. And then I end up finding it fascinating. And then I want to spew random facts at people like right now. So I really
I
enjoy
love
it.
it. Your excitement is contagious.
I,
Well, where can readers find your books online?
well, I'm on Amazon and all the usual places, a lot of historical museums within Virginia and Boston Tea Party ships, and also on my website, libbymcnamee.com.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Well, I could talk to you for a lot longer, but that is
Yeah.
actually it for us. A huge thank you to my guest, Libby Carty McNamee, whose books are now available everywhere books are sold. I'm your host, Shail Rajan. Thanks for joining us on 3 Minutes with the Author. Stay tuned for information on where to find books by my guest, see who'll be joining us next, and to watch all the latest episodes. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. That was really fun.